Hello, we're here today with the Do One Thing project, and today we're going to make some pinecone bird feeders. Here's what you'll need to make them. Firstly, you're going to need some pine cones. These ones with these big spaces between them are the best. If you do get ones that are closed up like this, you can just put them on a sunny windowsill and they should eventually open up until they look like this. Next, we're going to need lard. This is just animal fat you can get from most supermarkets. Next, we've got some wild bird seed. Again, you can get these from most garden centres or shopping. And lastly, you'll need some string and scissors. So we're going to start off with our piece of string and we're going to cut it with our scissors. So we want this to be nice and long so that we can hang up our pine cone. So you want to find the middle of the piece of string and then you want to wrap that around your pine cone. So you can do it at the top end, but I like to do it at the bottom end here as it stays on nicely. So if we wrap that round there, you can often go in and out of the sort of bit sticking out so it'll stay nicely, and then tie it in a knot there. So it's nice and secure around the base of the pine cone. So that's nice and stuck there. And then we want to tie it again at the top so that we can use that to hang it up with. So tie again at the top. Doesn't have to be any special knots, just as long as it holds. So that's what it's going to look like. So now we're going to use our lard and our bird seed. So we're going to mix those together. You can use gloves to pick up the lard, but also you can just use your hands and just wash them after. So we're going to get some lard. So we want enough that we're going to be able to cover the pine cone with it. And then we're going to get some bird seed and we're just going to mix that together until you've got a nice consistency. So once it starts looking something like this, then we're going to start adding it to our pine cone. So I find it easier to do it in pieces. So once you've got a consistency that looks somewhat like this, then you can start adding it onto your pine cone. I find it easier to break it up and add little pieces at a time. Just like that. And you want to try and push it within those little holes and crevices that we've got created there. And we want to make sure that your string stays out of the way, so we don't want that caught. So keep on going round, covering all sides of the pine cone, trying to get into those little holes, covering all the top as well. And then once we make sure our string's out the way, we can also do the bottom just there. So now we've got a nice even coverage. What you can then do is you can roll it around in some more bird seed just to pick up some extra bits. So here's our finished pinecone bird feeder. So you can hang that up in your garden. If you have pre-existing bird feeders, you can pop it next to it, or you can hang it on a fence anywhere that birds are likely to go. It's also great if you leave some water next to it, and especially if it's winter, make sure that if it freezes over, you try and melt it so that the birds have water all the time.